You was born in a hospital with incompetent doctors who didn't bother to press you against your mother's chest. But that's okay, cause Jehovah say that your mother blessed, and we are here to guide you through life and teach you what is best. Do not have your kids in a hospital, they don't give a fuck, especially about black folk. Learn how to deliver your own kids and have them at home, kid, and leave that placenta attached as long as you want, kid. It's different for black boys, harder for black girls. Start your own business venture, thrive in a black world where you and your homies don't gotta worry about getting fired and facing discrimination. We are creators, we don't go begging for placement where we are not wanted. And I'ma keep it 100, youngin', we used to be 100. They had us sitting in zoos, so what you see in the news is really nothing that's new. They really targeting you, you hear me talking to you? But even if your bread's straight, big house, nice car, gotta keep your head straight. People that be gossiping constantly only dead weight. Wiser assessments of situations will carry you to your best days. Put away a portion of your profit when you get paid, and do not be afraid to change. It could be a segue to a better something. But have patience and always make time for family and celebration. And every good thing in life requires dedication, like career, wife, kids, and the spiritual. The point of our existence isn't physical. Make sure there is love in your living room, and make sure that you're there for the ones that you give it to. And grudges will do you no good. Life is too short to be stressing. Love your friends for who they are. If they there when you down, then you should keep them around.
You are tuned into the Cooley and the Gang Show on Blockworks Radio.
Yeah, sorry for the delay. I'll take all the blame for that one. How y'all doing tonight?
Pretty good, boss.
That's what's up. Glad everybody is here in the physical form. Peace and blessings. What's up, Linnea? How you doing? Linnea, we got to talk to you. I found out something interesting about Linnea, y'all. If y'all don't know, Linnea is here all one time. I think she beats us to the room every Tuesday faithfully. Linnea has a podcast that she doesn't mention when she comes in here. Maybe we can get Linnea to come sit up on here in the table with us one time. Yeah, I've been looking and following on the low, but that's what's up. So we definitely gonna have to talk about that one. So I'm glad we all here. Shout out to Instagram, everybody that popped into the IG. Everybody take a second. We just getting started, and we want all the smoke tonight. So take a second, hit that share button, tell a friend about the Cooley and the Gang Show, because we about to get it in. What's happening this week, y'all? Michael Williams, yo. Omar, yo.
Yeah.
I said, damn. Omar. I was hurt when they took Omar out on the wire.
Yeah.
Right? My goodness, yo, people is
y'all
driving.
really think he OD'd on crack?
That's what I was about to say. I ain't gonna speculate to what happened, till we find out. But if what they're saying is true, that fentanyl is, yo. I mean, it even happened in like Shannon's family. Like, yo, that fentanyl, like, y'all gotta. I know you want to be high, but
so there was a I was doing like this little construction thing, and I told you about it.
Yeah.
And one of the guys that was there doing like the laborer work, he said that all they sell around here is weed and fentanyl. Now, the crazy thing is, in my mind, I always thought that was something they were cutting dope with.
Mm-hmm.
They were using fentanyl in it. That's what I thought. I mean, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. But anyway, so long story short, one of the guys got mad with the other young man that was working there. So he went over in the store, bought some fentanyl. Now, when I say store, if you're not familiar with Baltimore, people that sell drugs tend to hang around in stores, and sometimes they stand outside. But either way, he went over, bought something, and put fentanyl in the boy's cigarette. When the boy smoked the cigarette, he almost OD'd. If it wasn't people around him that knew where to get something that began with an N, it wasn't Novocaine, it was something else. If there wasn't people around that could assist him, they say the boy was getting ready to go out. So they had to inject him with something to kind of like bring him back. But I'm saying all that to say, like we automatically in our mind we're thinking that fentanyl, and we're equating it with dope or coke or something along those lines. But the reality of it is, it could have been in his weed. It could have been in a cigarette. I mean, people get high all kind of ways. People are doing all kind of things these days. And I saw this when I was young. I will never forget when I was younger and was actually doing some hustling. And I was getting rid of a few things.
Okay.
And I was sitting next to a dude, and he was like, "Yo, you got something on you?" I said, "Yeah." This dude broke it down in his weed and smoked it in front of me. And I'm sitting in the car, I'm looking at him like, yo, this what you did? I'm glad I ain't smoking no weed behind you. But you never know what people got going on in their lives, man.
That's crazy.
That'd be serious. That's crazy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It was another comedian out in LA.
Mm-hmm.
He passed away. It was like 3 of them at a party. I think one of them, if she still is, she was in critical condition. And I believe the other 2 passed away. But it's been happening, man. So I got a video. A lot of people were sharing things online, and this video I thought was pretty dope, and I thought it would be a nice little our little Cooley in the Gang, I guess, tribute to the one I will always remember as Omar. Did y'all ever watch Boardwalk Empire?
Nah.
He was on that too. He was the reason I started watching Boardwalk too. Boardwalk Empire, that was pretty dope. But I mean, he was in a lot of things, a lot of good roles. So let's run this video real quick.
You think I'm being typecast? I don't know. You think this cat is typecast? It's a fucking cat, Ain't got much choice. What if he moved to a new neighborhood? Hung out with the poodle crowd, did poodle things, become a poodle. Still be a cat, But what if he convinced himself that he was a poodle and everyone else that he was a poodle? Wouldn't that make him a poodle? That's a good point. I mean, weird as shit, but that's a good point. And this whole metaphor is bullshit, yo. You hear me? You think everybody don't got a role to play, huh? You think a white boy could have played Omar? You think you could play a president? I could. And I think we've seen the last black president for a while. I'm just saying. I think you're gonna always be playing some version of Mike. Gangster Mike, old-timer gangster Mike, southern gangster Mike. But I'm not a gangster. Everyone that knows me knows that. Self-denying gangster Mike. Look, I picked these roles. Me, I made this path for myself. Did you? Yeah, did you? Or did they choose you? You think we would be doing what we're doing if we had a choice? Huh? Face it, man. Look, we from a certain type of people that come from a type of place that look a type of way. You know what that make us? Black. Typecast. If I were typecast, I'd be in jail or dead. But I'm here. I got out. Got myself out. You sure about that?
So rest in peace to that, brother. I thought that was pretty dope when I saw
it. Yeah, it was.
When I saw it, I think that'll be good for the show. But peace and strength and peace to his family. Whenever I think anybody in the media passes away or in the limelight, now you got to deal with all the he said, she said for the next how long is this gonna go on for? Another 2, 3, 4 weeks, and so they won't get no rest or no peace for no time soon. So hopefully they find some sort of peace in this whole situation. Does anybody have anything to add before we move on?
No, man. You would think this would be like a wake up call for the younger generation, because it seems like when the average person has something to say about not doing drugs or doing different things, that nobody really listens. It always takes something drastic to happen, or somebody that is important, at least in the younger generation's mind, to pass away or get hurt real bad, to make a statement and start to make some sort of changes. But this generation, and I know every generation says the same thing, this generation is different, man. Like, this generation is extremely bullheaded. Like, they really going head first into everything. Like, no, it ain't gonna happen to me. You can see 100 motherfuckers dropping, you're gonna say, no, it ain't gonna happen to me. And it's amazing. It's amazing that people have gotten to the point where they're still out here doing drugs anymore. Like, I'm not an advocate for a lot of different things, but the crazy part is, man, that you get into the point now where it's almost impossible for you to buy anything from the streets and be comfortable with that if that's the life that you're in. How do you do that? How do you go out there and reasonably buy some weed from somebody and smoke it with no problems? It's not in the back of your mind that maybe they put something in it, or maybe somebody else put something in it. I'm gonna give you a little side note. When I was younger, and I was also selling weed at the time, the dude I was getting it from, I told him that people told me it was trash. You know what he told me to do? And I think I told y'all this. He told me spray roach spray on it.
Oh yeah. I remember you said that.
Yeah, he said you spray roach spray on it. He said it make it stronger. So this what you're dealing with. Yeah, that's what you're dealing with out here.
Not roach spray.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, anybody else have anything they wanted to add?
I'm still on the roach spray.
Right. You see 50 Cent did his 50 Cent thing, and people now coming to him.
Yeah.
But, I think you have to understand 50 Cent to understand 50 Cent.
Yeah. And I mean, he made a good point. I don't agree with what he did. I think it was bad time and then poor taste. Like, he does a lot of poor taste shit. But the point that he made was that I don't do fake shit.
Yeah.
Really, if I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you. Whether you living or you pass away, if I don't like something that you did, I'm gonna continue with that same energy. It's not gonna change, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, like we always say, timing can be your best friend or your worst enemy.
Yeah, I think he could have left the comment to himself, though. Honestly.
Yeah. Well, you all tuned into the Cooley and the Gang Show live every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We appreciate everybody that enrolled in with us. Shout out to everybody that's in the Instagram live room. Shout out to everybody on YouTube, Twitch, everybody on Facebook Live. We appreciate all of you. Keep the comments coming. Hit the hearts, hit the likes. Let us know you're here. Help out algorithms. We're trying to take this shit to another level. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I've been doing that all weekend. I can't help it. Know what I'm talking about?
What? No, I'm talking about.
No, I'm talking about. Lucky I don't do it on the show. My cousin be doing it all the time. I just hung up off the phone with him. Shout out to Lil Bo.
I don't know what you're talking about at all.
Free Lil Bo. No, I'm talking about.
What is that?
All right, let's move on. So, another thing that's popping off, and y'all going probably did y'all ever watch the Wonder Years? I'm talking about the original Wonder Years.
Barely.
I might have watched.
Seen like 1 or 2 episodes, but it wasn't something that I watched.
It wasn't a go-to.
Nah.
I don't know what my fascination was with the Wonder Years like, but I really loved that show. I don't know if it was the fact that it was a voice talking, and it was like I always talk to myself, so it was like it was your mind.
Wait a minute, stop.
Like, yeah,
stop for a second.
I'm a truck driver.
Right, like you ain't gonna just speed past that.
Speed past that. Well, like you just said, you always.
I drove trucks, and I don't care if you drove trucks and you had to sit in that truck by yourself. You talk to yourself.
Did you answer back? Like, Mike, what you gonna do today?
Look,
No,
that's not that's not what we're talking about. Who answered who or who did what. The point I'm making is that
I don't even know what level of crazy you on. I mean, if you talking back to yourself in that truck, like Mike, yeah, we gonna go out later. Yo, I swear I'm gonna drop by. Like, I need to know. I just really need to know.
Say, Mike,
All right, Mike.
What
I'm
you doing,
sorry.
Mike? I ain't doing nothing. You gonna come out later? Yeah, I might.
Driving this truck, yo. Driving this truck.
Look, it was some lonely days and lonely nights in that truck. And
I don't even want to know.
Yeah.
This shit's starting off to be a bad story.
Yeah.
I feel like you're going to say some wild shit, yo. So I think you should probably leave it right there.
You done lost your damn mind.
Yeah, I'm tripping. Okay. I'm gonna just roll on from that. But they're doing a remake. And then this remake of the Wonder Years, the whole cast now is African American.
Colors.
All the way live. We had put up a poll to ask people, you know, if they were planning to watch the Wonder Years. I want to share my screen with y'all so y'all can see this, just little pieces. I can't remember what the kid played in, but
were they fighting on the bus?
Probably. So Don Cheadle was the narrator. So anybody that watched the Wonder Years knows that it's a story about a little boy, and he's like basically the narrator is retelling stories of his childhood as he grew up. So
something like Everybody Hates Chris.
Yes, it's exactly like that. Exact same. That's it. Everybody Hates Chris was the Wonder Years, but Chris Rock. That's basically the same thing. So you got Don Cheadle, you got my man Dule Hill, Milan Ray. I know y'all remember her. And Elijah Williams. I remember him. That's who's going to be playing I guess Dean Williams. So it premieres, I believe, the 21st or the 22nd or the 26th or something like that. September 22nd, Wednesday. So mostly everybody I talk to said they don't even care if it's BS. They gonna watch it because it's full of what?
Color.
Black.
There you go.
And that's the opposite reason. That's the reason I'm not gonna watch it. No, because see, I'm gonna be pissed if they start putting stereotypical shit in there, you know. So I don't even want to fuck with it.
Well, it takes place in Montgomery, Alabama, during the late '60s. So
you're starting off wrong already.
In the 60s.
Yeah,
Alabama.
So number 9 says he doesn't participate in remakes, reboots, or no more. There has been a lot of duplicates coming out. Maul Young, what's up, Maul? He said, I definitely talk to myself while working. LOL. Cuss myself out if I do some dumb shit. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, yo, you got to know yourself. Y'all afraid to know yourself. Got to be in tune with your star player, baby. What's wrong with y'all?
I ain't say I don't talk to myself. I just ain't go so far as
you don't answer back.
Talk about I'm getting lonely and all this old shit and make strangers and all that.
I don't think I put it like that.
You be in the car making strangers.
No.
What? Making what?
Making strangers. If you ever seen Dave Chappelle, when he talk about giving yourself a stranger, go ahead and look it up. You'll understand.
It's when you sit on your hand, make your hand real numb, and then
make your hand real numb. And touch yourself.
They say it make it feel like somebody else doing it.
It ain't really.
But if you sitting up there and you looking at it yourself and you still believe somebody else doing it, you
know you choking out here, choking the hell out of your meat.
Oh boy.
Meat choke. Where's G?
Oh, shout out to G. We gotta give a shout out to G. G had a serious family thing, and he couldn't be on the show tonight. So shout out to G and his family, and our prayers going out to him. Yeah. So shout out to G. So he did hit me up early. It's the first time ever he hit me up to let me know he wasn't going to be here. So I can't do nothing but appreciate the brother for that. So let's move on from the strangers on to some dangers. Lil Nas X. Once again, my friend.
Why are we doing this again?
Because now I got a couple things with this. So I know how I was talking about how we talk about this, and to be fair, I would like to have someone from the LGBTQ community come on the show. So a friend of a friend of a friend, good dude, intelligent dude. He had put up a post about this recent Lil Nas X episode, and his post basically went viral. And I was talking to him earlier today, and the one thing he learned about going viral is just as much love as you get, you really learn a lot about people when your post hits another level. He sent me some of his in inboxes that he got from people, and I mean, like, yo, some of you motherfuckers is crazy. Like, really, like, it make you not even like expressing your opinion. But all right, let's move on. So I know everybody saw the photo of
Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody out there is like, oof, could you ain't see no picture? No, got no picture.
They said it like that too.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that's how you said it. I'm trying to pull this joint up.
Shannon, I like all the Mr. T gold chains you got on there.
Not Mr. T.
Yes, I'm always representing, all right? But even better is the shirt. Ew.
Fuck the office.
Yeah.
Look at this shit here.
So this was the photo that went online, and a lot of people had a lot to say about it. So from what I know now, it represents, I guess, he has a new album coming, so I guess it's the birth of the album. But a lot of people went off. Even me, I was a little appalled by the photograph myself. Somebody just came in here?
That's Mackie all over the place.
No. Oh, yeah. So I was a little caught off by the photograph myself until, I saw the brother Harry's post, and it kind of brought some things into perspective. So I know all of y'all see this, and we've had the discussion before about our feelings as far as some of the things Lil Nas X is doing. But I guess I need to read. You ain't got Harry's post. Can you pull it up? It should be in your messages from when you sent it to me. That should be the top.
Don't be telling Harry that I be sending you stuff. Say nah. Oh, I'm the wrong person. Almost should be one of you.
Yeah, pull me up. So,
so I saw that picture, and I saw a comment that I think he made about it, and about, huh?
And what was that?
I can't 100% remember, but I know it had something to do with.
You got the picture? Okay.
It has something to do with the fact that children, like, basically, like, it doesn't bother young children. That's in a nutshell what I felt like he was trying to say. Or children are not offended by it. It's something like you trying to hide behind the youth for your. What he said? Something about you trying to hide behind the youth for your
homophobic fears.
Homophobic tendencies. Yeah, he said something like that. Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay. Well, the ones, the actual posts that he put up, he did.
And this is not Lil Nas X. This is Harry. Mm-hmm. This was him explaining.
So he had that picture side by side with Lil Nas's picture, and he said Arnold did a whole movie about being a pregnant man in 1994. It's a blockbuster. Lil Nas X does a photo shoot in 2021 to metaphorically drop his baby, aka his album, and y'all lost y'all minds. And he has a little laughing face. Let the narrative go and just admit y'all hate this young black man because he's gay. Laugh out loud. I love that he taunts social media. Y'all deserve the antagonism. I hope he continues to live rent-free in some of y'all brains. For some, it's the only thing in there. Please make a child argument for someone who doesn't work in child welfare.
So I read Harry's post and I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? He's right. We've seen. And another thing I brought up was Bill Cosby. Remember the episode of the Cosby Show where Bill was pregnant?
Theo,
and
the curly hair. Alvin.
Yeah, Alvin and Denise's husband.
Oh yeah, Mom.
Mm-hmm. They were all pregnant. And you know, back then we didn't say shit. Nobody I know said peep about it. You know, it was just a funny episode of the Cosby Show. I don't remember if I saw all of Junior with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I probably saw a little bit of it. I don't remember, but still, really nobody said anything. And then of course now you have this brother comes out and puts his picture up and does basically the same thing that we've seen done numerous times. And now there's an uproar. So are we being unfair?
No.
In our criticism of him?
No. So first of all, we talking about time frames. In this time frame does time frame dictate what's appropriate and what's not? Essentially, yes, it does. Unfortunately, that's how it works. We didn't have a problem with it back in 2013 because it wasn't a big push from the gay community. But now there's a big push from the gay community. And the thing that gets me the most, again, is still the same thing we've talked about before. Why is it that people that are heterosexual have to accept that? And when they have something to say about it, it's a problem. It's okay. It's a difference between hating something and not liking something. I'm not a hater because I don't agree with your way of living. I'm not a hater because I don't like what you're doing. I have a reason why I feel the way that I feel, and I'm entitled to my reason, just like you're entitled to your reason for why you're doing what you're doing. Does it stop what you're doing? No, it does not. It's just saying that I don't agree with it, and I should be able to say I don't agree with it, and I shouldn't have to cut no corners or change my verbiage on it or none of that shit. I just don't like it. And the fact that you know what is really strange to me? I think women should be more upset than men, because as a woman, giving birth is one of the most precious things that a woman can do. And the fact that a man is trying to mimic something that you guys, or that women are doing or want to do or can't, some of them can't do, and he's almost making like a mockery of it, like, yeah, I can do this too. As a woman, you should be even more offended than men are, because you should be looking like, you know what, this shit is crazy. Like you can play woman, but you're not a woman. Your anatomy is not like mine. You can't do what I can do. I don't care how many changes you go through. I don't care how many pills you take or what they take out of you or what they put in you. You will never be me. And that's the same as we do the same thing with white boys or white girls that try to be, we call them trying to be black, right? We have an issue with that. There's no problem when we say that. But when we say, oh no, this guy wants to be a girl, everybody got something to say. Well, there's nothing wrong with him being gay. What are you talking about? I don't like it. To me, I don't like it. Doesn't mean it stops. No, I just don't like it. That's all.
So I think it's fair to say our issue isn't the homosexuality aspect of it. Our issue is
well, I'm gonna say my issue, not our, because I don't know how everybody else feels. My issue is what is projecting to children. See, I'm old enough to understand what it is. I'm old enough to understand that people have the right to choose whatever it is that they want to do with their lives. Mm-hmm. I have no say-so in that. But children are still trying to figure out a direction. And when children are trying to figure out direction and they're looking to people like that as their heroes and their mentors, people that are standing out, they look at that as this is the way to go. And guess what? Once you start delving into that side of things, you can't say, oh no, I made a mistake, I don't want to do this. Once you done took some dick, you gay. Let me be clear.
Some people try to come back from that. Now, with me, this would be considered creative if he haven't done all the other shit that he done in the past just for attention and shock value or something like that. And that's what it is here. It's just like he's hunting for attention, and he's like Rudy said, he's disrespecting women while he do it. And that's my issue with it. And it's just like look at me, y'all, look at me. I'm gonna just do whatever the fuck I want to, and y'all gonna accept it.
Okay, let me ask a question, because I hear what y'all saying now. Me personally, I ain't offended, because if I ain't gotta push on another goddamn baby, then and y'all can't hallelujah, let me push that on over to you. But I get, where you come from at the same time. But okay, both of y'all are saying kind of the same things, but why is it once again, just kind of keeping in the broad spectrum of comparison? And I know we're in a different era and things are a lot more, different aspects of things we see now, but that wasn't the issue with Junior. That wasn't the issue with the Cosbys. We didn't, women should, it wasn't, women should feel disrespected when they did it. Why is it that we should feel disrespected when he did it? Or
we don't know as far as Junior and the Cosby Show comments that people had. It wasn't social media out back then. So it could have been a lot of people that was offended by it back then.
Well, us here, when we watched the Cosby, I know not near one of us was offended. We thought that shit was funny.
Well, I don't want to defend the Cosby Show, but let's be realistic. The Cosby situation, he was trying to learn a lesson. His wife was trying to teach him a lesson of what they go through as being pregnant. That's what that was about. And I'm gonna tell you, like, I don't have children, but if my wife was like, look, you have no idea what it's like to bear children, wear this 20-pound sack or whatever around every day.
Having dreams.
No, that's what it was. It was a combination of he just ended up giving birth to a sub, foot long,
which was even more of a mockery. But okay,
yeah, true,
right? But it was just television. It was just creativity. It was entertainment. Here we know men cannot birth babies.
Yes, they can. Yes, they can.
Okay, well, if they were female, then look like a man, like that man that's really a she, but he's not a man. But a man is not taking a baby through his penis.
Yeah, no. Is you about to say something about the vaccine, yo?
No, fuck no, I ain't talking about that.
We're not doing the vid now. We're not talking about
a man is not pushing a baby through his penis or his ass. I mean, he's just not.
I want to hear this.
They figured out how to. I think there's already a guy who's already given birth already, if I'm not mistaken. They figured out how to put a baby inside of a man, let it grow or some shit like that, and
C-section,
probably a C-section or something like something along those lines. But they have figured that out for males to give birth to a woman. I mean to a baby now. Sure. So
the dad who gave birth, being pregnant doesn't change me.
Being a trans man, he's a trans man.
Okay, that's a trans
man.
So
he was still carrying his female organ. So he, at the end of the day, he was still a female.
Rudy might be talking about somebody else.
But see, it was the same thing. And you remember when Young Thug did his album cover and he had on that whole Southern woman dress with the veil and the umbrella and all that?
Pharrell too. Pharrell did the same shit. Pharrell did it. The dude, what's his name? Kid Cudi, I think it is. He just did some joint where he had on a dress on the thing.
Well, we know that's been something that's been going on. We've watched Tyler Perry do it. We've watched Martin do it with Shanae and everything else. My whole thing is at the end of the day, we stop giving a fuck about what everybody else do.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
I do understand the influence. Now I understand where the professor's coming from that perspective. The children right now are influenced by everything because their hands are on everything. They have everything at their fingertips. We know when we were coming up, we had encyclopedias. We had to go to the library. We had to get on the computer. We didn't get the internet. Our first thing in high school was AOL. That shit was slow. So we didn't have access to the stuff that these children have access to now. And they're growing up a lot faster with lack of direction and understanding of sexuality, who they are and who they want to be. I get that. However, I don't give a shit what anybody else chooses to do with their life. If you want to twirl around and wear a dress and a tutu with some heels and you rocking that shit better than me, live your life, queen. And if you're a female and you want to rock some J's and have some hooper shorts and put a strap on, live your life, king. I don't give a shit. You got let people live their life and how they want to. And it's the same thing I say about people's relationships and marriages. Live your life the way you want to. You cannot walk around worrying about or giving a fuck about what people are going to say about you. It's going to be a very dark and lonely life while you walking around looking for validation from people, looking for acceptance from people. People are going to talk shit about you all day, every day.
But that it becomes our thing when you intentionally make it my thing.
Well, here's the thing. Well, let me say this before I forget. We got a comment in the Instagram room. Maul Young Sick. Cuddy was wearing a dress to raise awareness against rape. So that's why
that was his go-to.
That was his reason for it. I thought he said because he saw. I thought in the interview he said it was Kurt Cobain do it at one time, and he just thought it was so cool. He thought it was like being a rock star. So he said the first chance.
You don't know in other cultures. Here's the thing.
Follow up on that.
Pause. Do y'all know in other cultures men wear it and it's a sense of royalty and they kings and everything else? In America, we always want to make everything so fucking gay. Like,
so you gonna let your son wear a dress?
We're not talking of. It's not a let thing. For one, whatever my kids choose to do, it's their choice and their decision. I'm gonna love them regardless. So I don't.
Ain't nothing you can do once they out of this house.
Yes,
I'm talking about my.
I'm not promoting it, but I'm not judging it. I would say that I'm not promoting it. I'm not going to sit there and tell my son to go put on a dress. But if that is a choice or a decision that my child wants to make, as a parent, you have to love and support your children. It's in a time now where you can't control every aspect of your kid's life. You just can't. You can do the best you can with what you got. You can lead them in the direction that they're supposed to go in, but you can't control that. You just
all right. So I understand that, and that's always, and I want to be, huh?
I ain't sure what I was going to say before I was reading his comment.
Good.
No, I was just going to say that I know that there's a lot of things that none of us will ever agree with, whether it's this situation or another situation, but time, unfortunately, are changing. And individuals from the LGBTQ community have always been around. It's unfortunate for them that to us, it's a shock factor, a new factor, because they always had to hide who they were. And now they're able to live freely.
I think at one time in the hospital it was classified as a mental illness, like back in
they're able to live freely in their own truth. So the reality of it is that we're not where we used to be. And guess what? A couple years from now, we're not going to be where we are in this new normal. The vid is not just the new normal. This is the new normal, being exposed to things that you may not agree with. That may not be your lifestyle, but that is a lifestyle for a large community. And what are we going to do? Believe they're human. They're. I was going to say they're everywhere, but I want to say they somewhere. But
nah, I ain't accepting no new norms. Just like Dre
you
said,
already did. You accepted your new norm for Cole, because if not, you'll be in the office.
I'm in there tomorrow.
One day a week don't count. One day a week don't count. One day a week don't count.
So I see. So we always say your children. So the argument is always you have to let your child be a child. You know, they want to try things and experiment. So I understand that. So I'm gonna go with it. So when Chase or Aiden come in here tomorrow and say, "Dad, I want to smoke some crack," I'm be like, "Well, let's go ahead and try it out." See if you no. You want to let your children be free. Let them experiment. Dad, I want to.
Not gonna pull that shit on me though.
Dad, I want to just. I want to just smoke a little something, just to see like
that was not what the
conversation was. Just to see if that's how I. Yeah, because you first of all, you don't get to make decisions like that until you can actually make decisions.
Didn't I say 18 and over? Once they're 18 and out of this house,
nobody put an age limit on there. You the one that's putting the age limit on there.
There's an age limit on it.
No, we never said an age. You just said an age. I never said an age.
But this is how it starts. Like I think the point that a lot of people are trying to make is this is how it starts because it's always out there.
Don't laugh at him.
Every time you turn around, like it's there. It's kind of hard to pull your child from it if it's being introduced in everything, even cartoons. So you don't really get the chance to try to
have those conversations. I never disagreed with that at all. I don't feel like the world should be raising our children. But what I'm trying to say is we're not in a time now where we have to sit on our asses and wait for that conversation. You have to do your due diligence. You're going to have those uncomfortable conversations with your children now because we're not in our parents' time no more. That's what I'm saying. It requires more conversation. Like I took my son to Nordstrom's like years back. I was going to the Mac counter. There was a guy that had on heels, dressed up, looked like whatever, but had a beard and a mustache and everything and had a man face. And he looked and he was just like, didn't know what to say. If it was should I say him or should I say she? Didn't know. It forced me to have a conversation with my child that I chose the narrative of the conversation. I spoke the way that I wanted to my child. I didn't speak ignorance. I had a conversation. That's all I'm saying. We're not in the times that we were in when we were growing up. So it is a little uncomfortable. I'm just not going to tell people how and what they should do with their life. Yes, I don't want it to impact my child. And I want to be able to have those conversations, but you also have to be willing to have those uncomfortable conversations.
Right. But here you go. Check this out, though. It's like, but you're telling people, oh, you can't say certain things now, or we're gonna cancel you because you're being disrespectful, or somebody got offended by what you said. So now we're gonna cancel your shows coming up. Yeah. So why can't he get canceled because he's offending so many people? Why we have to accept him because he's within that community, and our opinions have to be broken down, or we shouldn't comment on that because of this and because of that. But the minute someone, say something about him, then it's like, okay, you're disrespectful, you offended the community. But what about the straight community? Some people are offended by what the gay community are doing. So why isn't it both ways?
No, now that I do understand that. I understand.
I'm gonna let you get to it. And just to be fair, like this isn't one-sided with me now. Since we've been having this conversation, I have become more aware of not just the homosexuality on TV, but the sexuality in general. Because we were watching one of my favorite shows the other day, 2.5 Men. And now that we in the apartment, Chase is in the room with us. So I have to be more conscious of what I watch. And I didn't realize how many like sexual overtones and stuff were just in that sitcom. So after a while, I turned it off because I'm like, it was the principle of it. So this isn't just, with me, it's not just a one-way thing. It's not just homosexuality. It's just sexuality in general, as far as I'm concerned right now. Especially when it comes to kids. Yeah, definitely.
So let me jump over here to this Instagram room because we have a couple comments over here. So Maul Young did reply back. He said, yeah, he did say he was paying respect to Old Boy and raising the awareness. Okay. The real number 9 said the new normal, aka
9.
Oh,
that's 9 that did our theme song.
I was like, huh? All right. Said, what did he say? You made me mess up. Oh, he said the new normal, aka NWO, aka Satanic. Yeah, that you say that.
Satanic.
Yeah, that there. Okay. He said it's cool letting your kids do them, but who's to blame when the kids are being swayed though? Listen, just like when we just had a conversation this weekend. You can do all you can do for your children and still every foundation, every moral, everything in them. But at the end of the day, your child has a mind of their own. So the person at the end of the day that sways them will be them, because they will make the ultimate decision of what they want to tap into or not tap into.
Teach.
Maul laughed at you when you was talking about the crack and all that other dumb shit. Number 9 said very, very true, Mayberry, when you were just kicking your rap. Maul also said yes, it's better to rap to your children now, rap to them now before I guess other people get to them. It is very true. Cancel culture is controlled by the same people who allow Nas X free reign, and cancel culture are preteens, teens, and young adults under 25. They're all silly.
Yes. Yeah, and I feel what you're saying about that, Shannon, as far as raising your child up, because, like I said, y'all know we ain't never lived in a ghetto, never been in a projects and no shit like that.
Act like y'all did,
but we are one of them. Just swear that she is so hood. That she has raised herself, and you know what I mean. So it's just like because the friends she's around,
exactly, but
they like ghetto shit. They come from like shit like that, and
she thinks it's
she want to be around them, so she emulate that stupid shit, you know, and then talk to them like she never had parents and shit. So you can give them the world. It's like you said, it's just their choice of when they get old enough to start doing things and they decide that they want to do a certain thing. It don't matter what you done brought them up, how you brought them up. They're gonna go with that.
Absolutely.
Talk about it.
Well, we appreciate everybody for checking in with us. It's the Cooley and the Gang Show live every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to everybody on IG Live. Keep hitting that share button. Tell a friend about the Cooley and the Gang Show. Shout out to everybody on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
The remix.
Don't make me scratch that record again, maybe. We were just discussing is our criticism fair of Lil Nas X, and it was from a post that we had got from a brother named Harry. And to be fair, when I see people's posts online, you know, I invite them on the show because I don't want to put words in anybody's mouth. So I do. Oh shoot, I ain't mean to do that. Harry gonna think just mad as a thing. So Harry did hit me. I invited him, Joe. He said, I think it's amazing you're using your platform to discuss culturally relevant topics. It's needed. And I appreciate the invitation. This last weekend, my post has exposed me to some extremely homophobic and aggressive antics from complete strangers, all for my opinion. I would like to say that I'm shocked, but I am not. I appreciate the invitation to come on the platform, but he's still processing. He said, I'm still processing my thoughts about the general reception of my post. And also, I'm just not available. Oh, he wasn't available this evening. He said he hopes tonight's discussion doesn't focus solely on Lil Nas and his trolling antics on social media, but the overall reception of the LGBTQ people as a whole. Bad how homophobia, biphobia, and transphobia are more prevalent than people think. So I hope we didn't just lock in on one thing. I told him to hold my feet to the fire if we didn't handle this right, because, you know, we respect everybody and everybody's opinion. So, and he, like I said, he sent me some screenshots of
look at Shannon's
some of the messages he got. I mean, like, some of y'all some assholes.
Your face.
I hit Harry up and was like, yo, I'm about to post my business stuff under your post. You like, there's so many people under here. Let me go on and do some free promotion. Up in here and send some people to the website.
I don't even want to read. I don't even want to read some of this shit. But like, yeah, but
it went quick. I think it was like in 24 hours. I told the next day, it was like that escalated quick. So you know me, I'm nosy. I wanted to go see what he's talking about. When I looked at the numbers on that post, the shares, I was like, shit.
But do y'all see how funny it is that
did he just pop in like that?
Yeah.
All of these people, all of these different races and cultures and all of that end up getting all these rights. The Chinese people, the LGBT community,
all the communities that stick together. They come,
and we've been going through this shit for 397 years, and we still ain't got no fucking rights. You can still see a policeman kill a black man on camera and then say it was justified.
That's because we do not band together as a community to really fight and demand the things that they do. And as Professor said, we ain't got no money.
We can't even agree on Lil Nas X. How the hell are we gonna get together and do some other shit? Like, we can't even decide if, you know.
The phone booth?
He must have heard something, man. He was like, he got something to say.
Right.
Oh.
Hey brother, how you feeling?
I'm all right. I'm at work, so I put this mask on. I was watching the show. So I got my mask on. I'm up here at Home Depot.
Okay. So yeah. All right. So we'll put a bow on that. Wrap that up. So at the end of the day, just know Lil Nas X is an entertainer, and he is entertaining.
And he's doing what he knows will get people to keep talking. And keep him
good, bad, or indifferent.
Publicity to help sell records. People will do anything.
Do I agree
with
the
thing about it? So is the baby.
Yeah. Do I agree with
the comedians? So are all of those people, but they get smashed on when they make a comment. Not even their actions, just a comment will get them canceled But all of this stuff going on is supposed to be accepted, and we say something now, we're the wrong ones. It don't sit right with me.
All right, so I know you're about to put a bow on it, and I don't really have a statement for Lil Nas X, but some of that shit he does is a little bit extra. Like this whole baby thing, that's crazy to me. Like, why is that gonna sell records? And what does that have to do with selling records?
It's the baby is his album.
Oh, and he's gonna give birth to a baby.
The baby is his album. He's about to release his album. He's about to drop his album.
He's giving birth to the next album.
Yeah.
So it's metaphorically.
Yeah, it's a metaphor.
So what if he mocking the baby?
Huh?
What if he just mocking the baby? He just doing the whole baby thing to say, now, baby, say something else, motherfucker.
Might be.
If I was the baby, that's some petty shit I would say. See, y'all 11 told me I couldn't be on here. Now look at this motherfucker do.
Well, here's the thing y'all have to realize. It's like, okay, so he is doing this, and as Professor said, women should be offended. But what he's doing, who is it hurting? You know, where people
it's hurting irresponsible parents like me that don't feel like talking to their goddamn children.
But
I get home from work, I ain't got to be explaining shit. I just want to go to bed.
But you gotta explain. You gotta explain a lot.
I want to talk about it. I don't want to have to explain why.
But then that's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Offensive to folks. So that is for. I'm assuming the line is like you're saying things that are offensive to someone. You're saying things that is physically or mentally, emotionally hurting somebody.
Ignorant.
But me posing with a baby, who am I physically, emotionally hurting?
All right, let's move.
He just rolled. Did you roll your eyes?
He did.
Let's move on.
Can I say one more thing real quick?
Oh boy.
About this?
He been waiting.
Yeah, about this.
All right, we're moving on after that.
So we talked about this 100 times, right? And I just had this conversation with my mother too.
We'll bring you again because she talking about with you.
Joe Camel, the camel that was smoking cigarettes, right? We want to say that was for adults. We all know that adults know whether or not they're going to smoke a damn cigarette. A fucking talking camel smoking a cigarette appeals to what? Children. When you do certain things that Lil Nas X is more appealing to the younger generation. He's not appealing to the older generation. So when he does stuff like this, it's directly shot at children, whether we want to admit it or not. And as parents, we have to, you have to start looking at subliminal messaging and what that means to a young child. Now, if you got a teenager or something like that, that's a different conversation. But when you're talking about these 10, 11, 12-year-olds, now granted, you might say they're not supposed to be listening to that type of shit. But then again, we was listening to what? Snoop. I remember when I was listening to Doggy Style? When I met you last night, baby. When that shit came on, yo, I had to turn it off because I had it blasting in my room. And he was like, when I fucked you last night, I said, hold up. My mother can't hear no shit like this. What are you talking about?
Don't say juggle my ball.
G over there moving his head like a song in his head. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he's right. All right, well, we'll move on, and we won't bring this back up anymore. We'll let it go. We already know
we bring something else back up a different way.
Well, I do want to still have Harry on the show, and by then we'll probably be talking about something else, and not just for LGBTQ community stuff, but from what I've heard about Harry, and from what I've seen, I mean, intelligent, funny dude, and I just like to have him on the show. He's a friend of the family. All right, so let's move on. Dr. Claud Anderson. Are y'all familiar with Dr. Claud Anderson?
Let's bust out.
You see, this is exactly why.
That was funny.
Exactly why.
That was funny, and you know it.
I just want to get y'all opinion on a couple minutes of his interview he had on the break.
They've now distributed almost 100% of all this nation, land, resources, rights, privileges, business, and controls of all levels of government into the hands of the dominant white society. Black folk haven't got a snowball's chance of ever being a competitive people. You might struggle if it lasts another 2 or 3 years, but it's going to wipe you out pretty soon. You came out of slavery in 1860 having 1/2 of 1% of this nation's wealth. Here you are 150 years later, guess what? You still own 1/2 of 1% of the wealth. And in a nation, in a race-based society, it is what you own and control that determines your equal opportunities and your rights and privileges. It has nothing to do with civil rights. That's a waste of time. It doesn't have anything to do with the voting, but that's an intellectual masturbation process. Ain't gonna do any good. What you need is own and control wealth and power.
They said intellectual masturbation. I heard you say that earlier on something I was watching. You said they get off, but it does nothing for them.
You got it down pat, bro. That's like you starving to death. Somebody give you a steak, you rub it outside your stomach. They ain't gonna do you any good. They do the damn thing for you. You know, I said, no, quit playing with black folk. So when I left the president, I ran a campaign, I guess. Well, let me go back. I guess I've been very privileged in all my years. Now I'm 85 now, so I reached the peak. I don't have to get along with anybody damn body anymore.
Man, that's a beautiful feeling.
You know,
yes, sir.
That's one of the enrichments of age. But I decided after all the years of playing politics, I guess I was privileged in the sense of being the only black in the nation ever was a campaign manager, not in a campaign, but a campaign manager for governors, for presidents, for attorney generals, for state legislators, and congressmen. No other blacks had that. I felt for that reason, I had an obligation to get out here and do something for black folk. And so I don't play any games with black folk. Most of the friends I know that you all probably have on your shows, well, they're just trying to get some self-indictment elevation. I don't need it.
Well, Matt, your question earlier, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
And I hope you look at that interview because he has a lot more to say on the interview. That interview was really good.
Yeah, it was. I'm gonna try to skip a little bit in, but and I'll play another excerpt from it, and not in any random order, just him talking. So we've had discussions about voting. We've had discussions about current situations. We've even talked about Blacktopia, peace to Blacktopia. We want to give Blacktopia. Is that what we called it? Didn't we call it Blacktopia?
I think so.
Something along those lines.
Yeah. Black country. Country black.
Keep that Blacktopia.
Chitlin Circuit.
Okay, no.
Colored country.
Colored country. There we go.
You just said colored country.
Yeah,
Colored country. There we go. So yeah, we've talked about it, and I agree. Like my father still to this day gets on me about voting. Like every time it's an election, did you go vote? And I'm like, for what? Vote for what? Vote for the same jackleg to go in there and make sure he take care of his people and then move on. Like I don't give a shit about the president. No, like I mean, it does nothing for me. At the end of the day, as black people, I think, well, and just as people in general, as Americans, like first of all, ain't nobody done nothing for like you learn how to survive and just move on and adapt to whoever's in office. Like that's what I do. So I don't know about y'all.
Yeah, we settle, just like for anything. Long as our circle is good to our standards, we don't give a fuck about the colors as a whole. Most motherfuckers is just worried about long as their circle is good. Mm-hmm. And that's the issue. That's the issue right there. We don't want to fight for shit.
I think I'd be the same way. If I was elected president, I'm not even going to lie to you. I'm going to take care of my people first.
Let my peoples go.
I was about to do the same thing.
I ain't even gonna lie.
Mayberry, is that you? It's the room.
What you talking about?
That's you with the hearts. I've been trying to figure out for 2 weeks who that is. That's you. All right, following suit. Keep it going. Sorry.
So, I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm getting old, yo.
It's in the beard.
It's in the beard.
It's in the beard.
It was Shannon. That's what it was.
Don't blame me. Me and Mayberry working magic over here. You mind your business.
Amen.
I don't know what I was gonna say. No, it was about the election, but
the current election or a previous election?
Or just
election period. Just period. I mean, I could make up some shit, but I forgot what I was gonna say. It was definitely something good though. Something profound and shit. Okay. But anyway, he definitely made some great points. I still reflect when I was listening to it, I reflect back to that conversation I had in that Uber with the guy that was talking about what we need to do as people of color to try to gain some sort of leverage. And he was saying that we need to unify financially. In a nutshell, that's what he was saying. We need to start pooling our income and start creating our own. Yep. If you remember back when I said before, you know, we talk a lot about these celebrities, Oprah, LeBron, Kobe when he was living, and other celebrities have done and continue to do the same thing. Send people to college. I don't think that's the answer. I really don't. See, just my opinion, I don't think college is the answer. I really don't. I think college is the answer for people that are going for a specific thing. If you're going to be a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, something along those lines, I think college is valuable in that sense. But learning doesn't stop just because you get out of school. You can still learn outside of school. You don't have to go to an institution to do that unless your job requires or your career field requires you to have that level of a degree. But it's about owning some distribution. Like I keep saying that every time we have this conversation. I don't understand why we haven't gotten any distribution rights to anything. Maybe it's some sort of monopoly on that shit. That's possible too. And because of that monopoly, people of color cannot get distribution rights from different countries because we get a lot of our stuff. We import a lot of our stuff. So maybe we can't get those rights. Maybe that's what the issue is. But until we start getting some distribution rights and start distributing things to places and to people who want to have small businesses and build up the community of people of color, we're going to continue to keep having these same conversations. And like he said, we really just spinning our wheels. We get a little bit just to feel a little good. You see these basketball players, they getting 100 million. We on oohing and ahhing and shit, but you're not even thinking about the motherfucker who got the check before he got his.
Yep.
What about y'all?
Or the motherfucker giving them that $100 million.
Yeah. The dude that got his check before he got his is way bigger. If he can cut him a piece of 100 million, he got a better check than that. And if he don't, the fact that he can sit on his ass and collect 5 million is better than a nigga out there sweating, picking in the cotton field and shit and walk away with 100 million. Now, granted, we don't make 100 million. So because we don't make 100 million, we looking at it in a whole different way. But at the same time, I'm still saying the same thing. Distribution is the answer. Until we start owning some distribution rights to stuff, we're going to still be talking about, what if, how about, and suppose, and all that stuff. And I like what that brother had to say. And one other thing I want to point out about him. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but he said he was 85 years old. Did anything about him look 85 to you?
Hell no. When he said it, I had to look at him again like,
you're looking like
yo,
in his 60s.
That man is healthy and he still has his wits about him. That means for those of you who are listening that do not read, please continue to read. That comes from constant education, self-education. That man is self-taught because there is nothing that anybody's going to be able to. Nobody told him this information. This man is self-taught and dissected the information and came up with these ideas that he had. And plus, he's been a part of so many different things, and he's seen the bullshit. When we talked about the election a couple years ago, and I told you guys that election is not the answer. Everybody said, or a couple people said, not y'all on here, but a couple people said, go ahead and vote anyway. It's not how that works. That's not a good answer at all. If you're going to vote, do it. Educate yourself first, and then vote. If that's what you're going to do, people didn't like. I'm not going to get into politics, but people didn't like Donald Trump. But guess what? When it comes to money and it comes to bringing money into the United States, he did it. He did it. So we gotta stop. We gotta stop with the dumb shit. You know what I mean? So, like Mike said, I don't really care who the president is. I don't. You know, it's a puppet. It's all a puppet. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. Most presidents that run for office always remember something. If one of us wanted to run for presidency, we don't have $400 million, $100 million, $60 million, $70 million. Some of these people are just delegates. Some of these people have not minimum wage, but they're making like maybe 200 or $100,000, $150,000 a year. They can't afford their campaign. So that means that people are buying or putting in for their campaign. They owe those people that helped them get into office. Do you think that they're going to help your little broke ass after they got all these millions of dollars from people for their campaign? Do you really think that? Really? That's really what you believe? That's crazy. That's crazy that people think that. If I've given you $1 million or $2 million or $20 million to do your campaign, but the deal is you make sure I get certain contracts, you make sure that you look out for me. Why do you think that I'm going to help anybody beyond that? Why?
And that's part of the reason JFK got killed. His father made people promises for contributing to the campaign, and JFK was like, I didn't tell y'all that shit. Well, that's a part of the reason
I don't think he said it. I don't think he said it quite like that.
Not like that, but you get the point.
I don't know. He was at the cookout. He might have said it like that. He was
at the cookout.
He was at the cookout. He might have said that shit like that.
But let me ask y'all this: do y'all think that these black celebrities should be responsible?
Nope.
For kicking out money to get this Blacktopia started?
Nope.
I think that if we're gonna put some sort of requirement on anybody, we should put requirements on the people that look like us. A lot of times we make these comments about the corner store make all this money and they don't give nothing into the black community, but the people in the corner store don't look like us. We talk about different businesses, Walmart and Target don't build up their communities. They just tear down and take away from the communities, but the people at Walmart don't look like it. The Waltons don't look like us. But the Omars look like us. The 50s look like us. The Oprahs look like us. What are they doing to try to help us get into the next stage? Now, let me be clear. I'm not big on putting my hand out and asking people for a whole bunch of shit, right? Because I feel like we all have the same 24 hours, and I feel like we can all make things happen for ourselves. Do I need help from time to time? Absolutely. And I think that everybody in this world has had some help from somewhere. I don't care who they are. Even 50 Cent, at some point and still to this day, he needs certain people around to help him get into certain positions and get certain roles and do different things. But I feel like we all should be just trying to get, things better for ourselves. But I do believe that if we're going to ask something from anybody, it has to be people that look like us. It can't be those corner stores because they just doing the same thing. You know what amazing people do? They make that money. They try to help somebody else come over and make some money too.
They're people.
Yeah.
So I do agree in the aspect that the people that should help should be us. But do I agree that it has to be those rich? I think we all have a part to play and contribute to the growth of Blacktopia. Not just them, because they are sitting on more money. Now, yeah, they can contribute more than us. However, but I think we all
not contribute more.
We all
off that coin.
Contribute to that growth of that. And I was watching something. I cannot remember what it was, but whoever it was a documentary or something, and they were saying exactly what you were saying about the issue with us about not having no distribution rights. And all I kept hearing was that fucking Rudy. Like in my head, I was like, this is all Rudy says. Like, because that's all I can hear. Because every time we talk about this, that's what you always go back to. And they were saying the exact same thing. Like, we can't get far without that for our own community. So,
you know what that sounded like when you said that? That Eddie Murphy skit that he did. I don't know if it was Delirious or Raw, when he was talking about Johnny Carson, wife divorcing him, and he's like, Johnny Carson had $300 million going in. What the fuck she gonna do? Work at a boutique on the end? Say, here's my 80. I want to do my part. That's what it sounds like. You got motherfuckers out there that's billionaires, and we gonna throw our little $200 at them and
that's
shit.
Right, because you ain't gonna tell me I can't step in Blacktopia because I ain't contribute. You better take my little $80.
He said, "Here you go, Johnny. That's $3,080."
Hell yeah, I'm coming in too.
That shit sound like that Harlem Night shit where Yo shooting that little ass gun. Yeah, she got the big ass guns and Yo shooting that little shit. So, this is my contribution right here. This little 22, right?
Oh my god! Oh man! I throw your ass out because he don't want to pay his $80.
Well, we I don't know. Maybe we won't see it. Maybe that switch will get flipped. And then I mean, then when you look at like Africa and some of the
we won't even feed the children.
And that's the part of like every time you see Africa on TV or something, that's what they show you, like the bush and shit, and motherfuckers running around without shoes and shit. And that is a part of. I mean, just like anywhere, you got rule, but that is not the basis of. You know what I'm saying? But
what do y'all honestly think it would take to actually? Let's just say we're not even looking at celebrities or none of that, but we got people here in Maryland that's willing to step up and do this. What do y'all think it would really take to just to even get the ball rolling with this shit?
You said
trust. That's gonna be the first thing. You gotta learn how to trust each other. And it's funny. I didn't know this conversation was gonna happen today, but earlier when I got up, I was saying to myself, what would it take for us to move forward as people of color? And I was saying to myself, you said what?
Gotta hire 2 Jews.
Yo, you
get
realize
two Jewish men, and we'll be in there. Colored country, right there. 2 Jews.
We can't even agree on the simple things of life. We don't have to agree. Like, let's go back to the real quick, the Nas X thing. I don't have to agree with his lifestyle, but he should respect my opinion enough to say that I don't agree with it, and I should respect his opinion enough to say that this is who he is and this is what he wants to do, and we can still be able to move forward with that. I'm gonna give y'all another little example. I went to a party, right, and there was a person there that had the whole sex change done. Now they lied to me. They told me this person was a woman, but I could clearly tell that this was a young man, right? And I'm gonna tell you this though, this person is a multi-millionaire, like doing very well for themselves in Atlanta. I ain't had no problem with exchanging information with them. It ain't had nothing to do with nothing outside of business, because I understand one thing. I understand that if you can help me get into a better position in my life, I don't care what your personal preference is, because I'm not there for that. I'm not there for what you got going on. I'm there for what I'm trying to have going on for myself. But see, there are people who will say, I'm not going to deal with him because he's gay, or I'm not going to deal with her because she, used to be a man, or something along those lines. They're not going to do it. But we got to get past that mindset. If we can get past that mindset, then we can move forward. But until then, we can't even trust and respect each other's opinion to move forward on anything.
And my thing is, I don't have no issues with gay folk. Like, there's one of the coolest people and one of the people with the most integrity that I've came across in a long time is an older gay dude. Like, and it's nothing, you know what I mean? And it's like he work at the job. I come across and we sit there and chat. I don't have nothing against people being gay or any of that. It's your personality. How do you deal with people? How do you carry? What are you looking for out of people? Because you are gay, you got these rights. Do you stick your chest out and treat people any kind of? It's about how you treat other people and the things that you do. So it ain't about the gay thing, like you was just saying. It's about, to me, are you a good person? Plain and simple. But when you see people out there just the flamboyancy and doing all this extra for attention, for real, that's not who they are. They have an agenda behind it, and those are the type of shits that get under my skin.
Well, we got a bully in the room.
Yeah, NJ Rich said answer the question. What are we willing?
Goddamn question.
What are we willing to give up for dark country, colored country?
I'm willing to give up chicken.
Did you say chitlins?
Chicken.
Yardbird.
Okay,
hey, Yardbird specifically.
That's the question hard to answer because we don't even know what it takes.
Professor, Herb said, "Okay, bro, I listened to the whole story. We will rap later."
Oh yeah, he was there. He was there at the party. He was there at the party. Never mind.
No, but Rich is serious, and y'all know he's serious. He want to know what is it that you guys are willing.
I'm willing to give up. I'm willing to give up my distrust because
step out on faith.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm the racist. I'm racist to black people. I ain't even gonna lie. I am. I don't give a fuck. I done had pistols put in my face. I fuck niggas. Excuse me. So I'm willing to put my distrust aside.
Where that disclaimer?
I'm sorry. But I mean, real shit. Like, you know,
because just because you black, that don't mean that YouTube might not say
You're right.
Real
talk. Like I've dealt. First of all, I live my life. I deal with all sorts of people. Caucasian, a lot of people I deal with, do business with, and we got a call. But the most I've been done wrong, more so than not, by my own people, have done me dirty. NJ Rich, what's up, brother?
What's going on?
How you feeling?
I just wanted to jump in on a conversation real quick.
Turn your computer down, phone down in the background.
Yeah, I'm trying to turn that down right now.
Okay.
All right, is that better?
Yes, sir.
First of all, peace to the family.
What's up, peace, bro?
What up?
Everything that everyone's been saying. Couple quick notes. First of all, Rudy was right in regards to distribution. Dr. Claud Anderson, the clip that y'all showed with him on the Breakfast Club, that was maybe like 1 or 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you know, he still looks good. Had an opportunity to see him live and in person. If you had that opportunity, go check him out. The message is still the same. It's just more powerful when you see him face to face. Second of all, if you're trying to do something in the United States of America, it doesn't matter what it is. You, at some point in your development, you will need to incorporate politics into your movement. Why? Because politics will make a determination on whether or not in the United States what you're trying to do is feasible or not. And politicians can put roadblocks in your pathway in order to keep you from getting what it is you're trying to achieve. Case in point, look at history, redlining, districts, local government, local politicians, state or federal. You have to have somebody in that political game that is going to support you in what movements you're trying to make. You have to have, the first thing is a common mentality around the progressive movement of Black people or African Americans. It has to be a thought process that comes across first. You can't get on the same page like you were saying earlier. Nothing, no plan is going to be even taken because there are plenty of plans out there. Dr. Claud Anderson has one in Powernomics. I mean, Dr. Amos Wilson has one in the Blueprint for Black Power. I mean, plans have been there, but people haven't picked them up because there aren't enough people, like Rudy said earlier, reading. There aren't enough people who can understand what those plans are and what it would take to build some of those plans. And then we also have to take into consideration what we're planning for. We have to understand is not for us. We're talking our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren. So if people are of the mindset of looking for a quick fix, none of the things that you are discussing about the movement of Black people is a quick fix. So as long as people are looking for a microwave mentality or have a microwave mentality, the progressive movement of African Americans will not be achieved because we're so far behind. It's going to take us time to catch up. We also have to get land. We have to get our own area, do our own thing. And for those people who cannot start their own business, support businesses. Do your part to be able to circulate the black dollar within that community so the economic structure can grow. So you can find 200, 300 million to support a black candidate running for president. The finances are there. As African Americans, we spend over $1 trillion, but we give our $1 trillion to people who don't look like us. So, I mean, there are things that we can do, but before you make any movement, it has to be a collective mindset to allow people to say, this is not just for me as an individual, but this is for my community, this is for my family, today, tomorrow, and for a future generation. Without that thought process, we're shooting ourselves in the foot, talking a whole bunch of stuff that don't mean nothing.
All right, I appreciate it, brother.
No problem at all. I'm gonna keep listening. Peace to everybody. Y'all have a good day.
All right, bro.
All right, Rich.
So shout out to NJ Rich, friend to the show, good brother indeed, friend period. So, I mean, he made some good points. I already told y'all what I'm giving. What I'll get. I'll put my distrust. I'll be a little more open, and that's about the best I can do at this point. I don't know what else y'all giving up.
I will take one bullet out the chamber and leave it in the clip.
All right. So my question is, what are we talking about giving up? Like, what do we got to give up?
You have to give up something of yourself, I guess, in order to kind of help this go along. Because there's something. If you walk into the mall, first of all, if you choose to go to a mall, if you got to get something to wear, and your choice is either to go to, let's say Columbia or Mondawmin.
Yeah, because I said something while we were talking about going to Mondawmin, and he like that slapped me.
Shit, what's wrong with Mondawmin?
He said he don't want to get shot. He said if the cake lady can't even sell her cakes,
yeah, she can't even sell cakes there. I'm damn sure ain't gonna walk my black ass in there.
Yeah, you take your ass to Columbia. You could go to Columbia and do the same shit, get shot. So
I take that. I take them chances. Them I know numbers. Them odds.
Them odds are just the same. I mean, you rather. The difference is gonna be. What hospital am I taking your black ass to? Do you want to go to Northwest or Sinai, or do you want to go to Howard County General?
Ain't no dirt bikes riding through Columbia.
That's cool, but either way, a shot in the
through Columbia.
A shot in the ass is the same shot in the ass, no matter where you are. It's just a matter of what hospital you want me to take your black ass to.
I'm good. They ain't no way I really shop in there.
Yeah.
The cake lady left. I wanted a cake.
That's where your distrust will now come. Your trust will.
Yeah, I go to
Mondawmin
now. There's a lot of black-owned stores, so we're gonna make this thing happen. I'll go spend my couple of hours at Mondawmin.
Yeah, I just want to. I mean, why do I have to give up? Why should I have to give up something in order to make black people like other black people?
It's not about making them like other black people. It's about us
coming together.
It's about coming together.
So I gotta give up. I gotta give up a piece of me to make another black person want to be my black friend.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so with that mindset, do we actually have to give up something, or do we have to be willing to
change?
I think it would be more of a sense of just putting personal opinions aside on how you feel about other blacks or the whole thing in general.
I have no problem with colors. Colors, I'm cool with colors. Like Mike said, it's the naggers. The naggers I got a problem with. I don't like naggers.
And that's my thing. But they're gonna be in order for us to all coexist.
You gotta take I gotta take naggers. No. You gotta take the naggers with you.
No, they gotta come.
Naggers?
Can't leave nobody
naggers.
To work.
Yeah.
You gotta come.
No, you gotta take the naggers. You gotta have to take this is colored country. So naggers gotta come.
Not naggers. Not naggers.
Yeah, you gotta bring a couple naggers. What are you talking about?
We can have them do security.
There you go. Blacktopia, baby.
Herb said, I guess I can give her white women.
Oh shit.
I'm done.
Work. I mean, we all gotta give something. We all gotta play our part. I mean, if it's going to work, we all have to play a part.
So how do y'all feel about that though? Something like that. Do y'all want it to be all black, all people that look like us in Blacktopia, or somebody that was married and had a white wife? Could they bring them?
So is Blacktopia just all of us, or is Blacktopia just a community that's led by us? So that's first of all, that's what you have to determine what Blacktopia is.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like, so
no, I don't want to live amongst just y'all. I don't. I need a little bit of a shakeup. But I want. But I want to.
If we take people like you and Kim, y'all already got enough of y'all.
I know the disrespect was coming. I knew it. Some disrespectful.
I mean, maybe you. We ain't gotta see all darkness. I said Mayberry light enough too. We ain't gotta see all darkness in Blacktopia.
Yo, did she really leave? Fuck you, Mac. Fuck you, Mac.
I'm trying to get Blacktopia started. That's all.
I to be honest, I don't.
But that is a good question, though. Is it just majority run by us, or it's like, are we saying like blacks only? Like, are we bringing?
So I saw.
That's true.
Back to what Shannon was saying. If there's a white man with a black woman, they got brown children. Nobody gonna say that they, so they not welcome in. Is the kids welcome in and the only one black parent, but the white parent ain't allowed? How that work?
Yep, that's exactly how it's going to work. It's just like Mexico.
Right.
You remember they was
say that.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we separating families over this motherfucker. Yeah, all the little Mexican kids can come, but the parents can't come. What the fuck kind of shit is that? You want to take my kids, but I can't bring my ass? Yeah, we doing them like that. Put that wall up. I think color country should be right in between, like Minnesota, all the way down to Mississippi, and across to like Montana. We should get like Montana, South Dakota, North Dakota, and we should be able to go all the way down like Mississippi and Montana, and then it'll just be all color country right there. Oklahoma and shit like that. We right there in the middle.
Shit, we end up like Black Wall Street, right in the middle of all them motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's where I want to be. I want to be in the middle of the heart of the country, right there with with the rest of the white people. Move their asses out. All them fucking cowboys up there in North Dakota and Montana, send their asses out of there. You gotta go. You ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get the fuck up out of here.
Y'all all come to Baltimore, huh?
Yeah, right there. Port Covington.
So I was watching I saw I think it was a documentary or just a speech of Malcolm X. And during the speech, he like stopped. He was like, I'm only talking to, he said, I know that there are white people in the audience that have helped us or are helping us.
Yeah, that was
he said, but at this point, I'm only talking to the black people. And I feel like this is like one of them type of situations. I feel like this is one of those situations where there are people who love us. There are people who are helping us, who want better for us and pushing towards a level of equality, whatever that means. But in this scenario, we're only talking about people of color. We're only talking about black people. But, be honest with you, it's really all a pipe dream. Now, I know some people might say, well, it starts with everybody believing in the idea. But it's really a pipe dream because we cannot agree on the smallest, most insignificant stuff or smallest insignificant stuff. And if we can't do that, there's no way we can live together. There's no way that you can live next door to somebody and you feel like you can't trust them. Mm-hmm. You have neighbors that you live around, and if your mail is missing, you're assuming that motherfucker took it.
My goddamn check. My check come at the same time, at the same day, every fucking month, and my shit missing. And Mr. Johnson get a check, I get a check, and Miss Ethel get a check, and my shit ain't here, and they got theirs. Yeah, they got my shit, They got my shit. They got my shit, and the mailman don't fuck up because the mailman bring my shit at the same time every month.
I'm done.
I'm with you on that, and I'm gonna say that it could never happen either. I'm not looking for a colored country. I don't want to live next to a bunch of coloreds. White people are not all bad. they're not all good. I think for me, I want these. They're right. Yeah, people, humans. I don't give a fuck what color. Yellow people ain't green people and shit. All them, everybody's fucked up. So I don't want to live next to. I don't want to have to be set to just be with all colors. I just want an even playing field. That's the only thing I want. I mean, you say Blacktopia, color country. I don't want it to be that. I want it to be even. And y'all gonna say change the narratives, vote for black politicians, spend your money in black neighborhoods, go to black people, wear all black. No. I wanna be even. Why can't we, like you talking about distribution and all that other shit, like give us some. You know, I don't want to work for it. I ain't working for shit. Give it to me. You owe it to me. Just give me a slave ship. Let me have a slave ship. Give me one. Y'all bust over here on a slave ship. Give me the one that you got in the backyard that you're not using no more. Let me have that. You know what I mean? Just like it's just certain things that we just don't have that they have 5 and 6 of them. Give me one. Give me half one. They don't want to
share with your black ass.
They don't want to share with her black ass. So that's what I'm saying. I want it to be even. Let us be even across the board. I'm talking about for everything. I want to give me a 710 credit score. You know what I mean? It ain't gotta be a 800. Let me get a 705. Let me be able to go to the bank and get a fucking loan without having to get my mother to co-sign, put my light bill in my kid's name, get a credit card in my sister's name. Like, let it just be even. That's the only thing I want. That's the only thing I'm looking for. Blacktopia ain't gotta exist, but give us the same. I want the same playing field. I want it to be level. I want it to be black. I want black cops to be able to beat up white guys and all the shit. I want black privilege. Huh? What do you mean? That's all I'm saying. Can I get some black privilege? Not black power. Like I said, I don't want to wear all black and shop at black people. Yeah, black privilege. Let me get some black privilege.
You don't want to wear no tam and shit?
Yeah, I'm not doing all that, yo. I don't want to do that. I just want to be even. Let me, like I said, even. Black privilege. Let me black power. Yeah, even black power and white power ain't the same. White power was fucking Jews getting killed and stuff like that. Black power is black people getting killed. Like, what? That shit don't even make sense, right? What kind of shit is that? White power was power and black power is just you just getting fucked up. Nah, that ain't fair. Let's make it fair.
All right, well, you all right? You good?
Nah. Now I gotta go. I'm about to go ahead and kick a motherfucker in the chest fucking with y'all.
Don't get fired now, G.
First motherfucker asked me for some shit. Yeah, all right. Where we at now? We still got 20 minutes.
All right, so
all right, just to jump off this up, did y'all see this shit that was going around Facebook? Talk about Google, the Alien movie that came out in 1982.
Oh, what?
It was something that said if you Google alien movie or space movie that came out in 1982, I Googled it. See what you come up with, Mike.
What? You gonna do it on there?
82 or 92?
82.
My computer about to shut down.
Oh! Hey, yo. Stop.
It's 92. It's actually 92.
It's
92. It was 92?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pull it up.
Oh, y'all about to get all this smoke. Y'all about to be mad at us. We about to get put off another goddamn.
All the platforms.
Maybe we
trying to contribute to that. That's why I ain't saying it.
But what is it? I want to see. Oh shit! I'm scared. Man, why you froze like that? Like, what is it?
It was just some crazy shit that Mike already put up.
It's a small short film.
Gay riggers?
Gay niggas from outer space.
Dang. Oh, I'm about to turn my screen off.
Not turn my screen off. What?
It came out in 1992.
Yep, gay niggas from outer space.
Wow.
That one dude in the back looked like Kanye.
Yo,
I'm done.
Oh shit!
I'm done.
Look, Herb said I ain't joined this show for some spooky shit. Yeah, I was like, wow, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy when I saw that shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
Somebody got way too much time on their hands to have even
to find it.
Yeah, that's what social media about. People that ain't got time, nothing to do, just sitting around.
So extraterrestrial beings travel to the galaxy to free men oppressed by females to make way for an entirely homosexual society.
I don't. Please, whatever you do not go to the professor, please.
Yeah.
That's the blueprint, though. That's the blueprint for the NWO.
I'm just laughing at
the way
her
he's
comment.
laughing.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I got one last thing before we go, and it's something we spoke. Shannon sent me this earlier.
Oh,
I already know how y'all gonna react to it. I already know what Mayberry gonna say. I already know what the professor gonna say. He gonna call us stupid, and so I already know how this is about to go. But I'm still
Professor
gonna
gonna
do
say,
it.
why we gotta keep doing this stupid shit? Mayberry's like, we need to mind our business, let people have their own relationships.
Everybody, we already know what all y'all about to say.
I don't recall saying that. I don't recall.
That wasn't me.
We were
That
respecting
wasn't
other
her.
people's relationships, ain't got nothing to do with us.
Me saying that.
We done got to put off enough shit. We can't be up in people's business. So I don't consider a guy having sex with another female cheating. Before y'all bum rush this status, let me explain why. A guy cheats with his heart, not his penis. So being though he's in a relationship, he might just want to have sex with another shorty real quick just to try something different. Not saying that his girlfriend, the JJ, is whack or she lacking in the relationship, but having sex with the same person can get boring. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Sign management.
Protect this beautiful black queen.
There's always one, yo.
But that's true though. Females cheat with their heart.
Not all of them.
Well, I ain't talking about these new age ones. These you call them nigga bitches.
Well,
I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Who's the nigga bitches? Who
They're
are
the ones that will sit just look at a nigga and just want to screw him, even though you next to him.
Nigga bitches. Wow.
One of them nigga bitches.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so I got a question. So why, if that's what you really want to do and you want to, why not just be single?
Why not be single?
Because
then you can do whatever you want. It's almost, I guess, making a decision in your relationship if that's what you want.
Well, people don't. Let me tell you something. One thing I know: this cheating is not planned. Well, I'm gonna say the first time not planned. You just run it.
What?
Yeah.
Now, if you
You mean to tell me if somebody get in an argument, because some people be staging arguments so they can get themselves a reason they can go out there and go stab something. So
that's not the first time. That means they already.
If there's an argument that go on, and it's like, you know what, fuck you. They leave the house. Like, man, you know what, this bitch, I'm gonna go smash something tonight. That's planned.
Mm-hmm. No, that's only when they have already had somebody on the side. But the first time a man cheat on his woman is not planned. It's purely by accident.
So now, he fell in the pussy.
So, but now, if you like what you got, now it's gonna be, I'm gonna start an argument so I can go outside and do it.
That's not true. That might be your approach. But there's guys out here that will start shit to do that.
You may not be playing when you walk out the door. You may not be like, yeah, I'm about to go outside and cheat on my
planning to get in that pussy though. You planning to get in there.
It becomes playing when you in that moment because you have the mind to be like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
Herb said because the woman that has your heart isn't willing to accept your dick desires.
And sometimes I do feel like sex is overrated.
I'm just going to ignore Big Brother.
Get Herb to call, yo. Herb got a call, yo. I want him to call the show, yo.
Not black men don't cheat.
That That was good wordplay right there.
So your dick size can't be dick down on one woman, or is just that one woman is not enough.
So give her the phone number, so you can call her and yo, Herb got to call yo.
But yeah, I mean, cheating is cheating, no matter what. I think, like I said before, I feel like sometimes the sexual part of the cheating is.
Man, I want people to stop acting like they'd have tripped into some vagina.
They definitely do that, but I think sometimes the sexual, I can't, like, I know what I want to say. Like the sex, like people feed into the sex part. Okay, because you had sex, you in love, you da, and the sexual part doesn't always equate to feelings.
Mayberry and Shannon, y'all. I know y'all got that one girlfriend that every time a dude put it up in, and she love him. Every time she
there's
love
always one
girl.
out there.
As soon as she driving home, she calling you up like, "Girl, that's my man.
That's the one.
That's the one."
Yeah, I mean, there's some silly bunnies.
She done had so many ones. She on motherfucking 1,011.
And I'm quite sure y'all got some female friends too that got a man at home and see something they like, be like, "Girl, I'm ready to go hop this nigga."
Man, I know a lot of bitches that'll do a lot of shit. That don't have nothing to do with the place
I mean, it goes both ways. The only difference is that she will get a tag and y'all won't.
I don't have not one homeboy that falls in love every time they sleep with a female.
I don't believe that.
You don't have
one homeboy that did that.
Because I feel like one of your homeboys already loved everybody, so I know back in the day he fell in love with everybody. Yes, you don't understand. I said,
yo, put your disclaimer up, Mike. Put your disclaimer.
Who's the one homeboy? I want to hear that.
No, you won't get
it. There you go, Mike.
I'm trying to think of who it is.
Oh my gosh.
You know who I want homeboy is. I love everybody.
You love everybody.
I know somebody, and I don't want to say too much.
One of us, as every time they see you, would like say that to you.
I love you, bro. I love you.
You know who it is.
Yeah. That nigga was loving everything back in the day.
Yeah. You think he's still loving everything now?
No. Nah, he good now.
Yeah, he's straight now.
He found that right one.
He loved deep.
Yeah, he know not to play with.
Yeah, he loves so much he can't go outside no more. He only want
oh shit.
That was you.
What happened?
Oh shit. That was you. Shots
Yeah,
fired.
I did that. Yeah, I did.
So what say? You don't have.
Priska says you don't have a homeboy that is honest enough to say it. Okay. I mean, yeah, because we beat him, took him to church.
Y'all are probably quick to clown somebody as soon as they boo loving or whatever. After like 2 weeks, she done put it on him and he good on the wet.
Especially if you cancel some plans we had. I go to pick him up. He told me, "No, I'm chilling with Sean."
You want to get some.
That's how your guy friends to tell you.
Let me tell y'all a story about CIAA. I got a homeboy and we go to CIAA. And this is my partner that I trust because I know, he and I are on the same wavelength. We party the same. We like, when it's time to eat, we hungry. Like, we do our thing. So we come down to CIAA and they invited some other people down to CIAA. We got there on a Thursday, checked in. We might even went out Thursday night. Their friend got down there. I didn't see this nigga again until Sunday getting in the car to go home.
That was amazing. Poof.
I don't think they ever left their room. They never left their room. It was dark in there.
We didn't. We ain't never turned the lights on.
Oh shit!
Talk about mad though. And I was mad. It was just me and Mac hanging. I was mad. Like, Mac, did he leave us hanging, Mac? No. Did we see him again, Mac?
I forgot he
was some pussy.
We never
he left
saw
you hanging for some butt
until we ain't see him again until we got in the car Sunday to go home.
He found him one piece. He found him one piece of good, and he was smashing that all weekend.
Yeah, but what if that's what they met up for? That was the reason for him to go down there. So
don't care.
She live in Charlotte. He was close to her. You know what I mean? She come through.
Nah,
you know?
He wanted to get him some out of town. Yeah. What's wrong with some?
Oh, that wasn't even out of town. That wasn't even out of town. Okay.
She from here. She just came down there.
Look, but Sunday they needed to relocate. They smash. Ain't nothing wrong with the relocation to the smash.
That's funny.
Herb, yo.
Yeah, I seen him. I seen him.
Y'all see I slid out the camera to laugh while he was talking.
Where were you at?
I'm done.
Okay, it's been fun.
Herb got a call. Yeah, you gotta give him the phone number. Yeah,
we ain't gonna be able to stop him, yo. This is. I think this is the edited version of Herb right now. Like, oh my goodness, Herb, crazy.
Okay. Yeah, that was a good time. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm definitely not the meet a chick and fall in love with a type of person at all. Like, have I loved a couple people? Yeah, a couple. Out of my whole reign in my life, maybe 4.
Now let me act now right there. Because I had to check myself the other day, and I thought about this because I used to say how many women I've loved before. So out of that 4, if you really in retrospect look, was it really love with all 4?
No.
Yeah, I had to do the same. I did the same thing the other day. I was sitting back thinking, like,
but just on different wavelengths.
Mine was pride. A lot of time. My pride was hurt, and I really wanted to get some sort of get back, or at least in my mind, get some sort of get back and get back even. But you never get back. I don't care how much you do or what you think that you're doing. You never get back with a person that's taken from you if you really care about them. It just never happens. Mm-hmm. And then at some point you just get tired. You just be like, you know what? Why? For what? Why am I doing this shit? Like, why am I going on my way to try to make something happen or make this person intentionally feel bad? They still got my energy. They still got my mind, and they moved on with their fucking life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I only had 3 that I put a title on, like Made My Lady. One of them, I don't know where the fuck they are right now. The second one, my daughter, mother, and the third one, I'm married.
Was it all love? If you look at it, was all of it love?
I would say not the first one, but my daughter's mother and now my wife, yeah. Everybody else was just
something to do.
You know what I mean? Not necessarily sex all the time, but hanging out, tripping, partying.
I think it could have been a deep relationship, but it may not have been love. Like, it could have been a deep relationship, but not love. So I look back on some of my old ones. I said it was love at the time because I really didn't know. Like, I mean,
yeah, I don't think mine was a love. I think it was more likes. Like, I liked the
like,
yeah, I liked them a lot. That might have been it. I don't know if it liked them a lot. I don't know if it was love. I mean, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them, like my daughter mother, I don't even speak to her. Like, if I died tonight, she's not invited to my funeral.
Damn.
Somebody put that down on the list so we know.
Yeah, if you ever see her, if I die tomorrow or tonight, she's not invited to the funeral. Like, she don't get no repast chicken. She don't get that little fucking slice of cake at the end. Like, I don't even want her don't even come to the church. If you see her car pull up in the fucking procession line, keep her ass the fuck away. I mean, I didn't like, I got more hate for that one than anything liked or loved. But I think I'm not gonna say I loved a lot, but it's always some kind of feeling in something when you fucking somebody. So you talking about you not fucking or cheating with your heart, you cheating with your dick. Now there's some feelings involved in some of that. It might not be a lot. I didn't put like the whole penis in. You might just put the tip of the penis in, and you got like 40. You might have got like 40% of the love or 32% of the like, depending on how you gauge it. But there's nobody out here just unless you paid like $40 to fuck, and you know what I mean. Like, that was just because you was just having hard times and you just wanted to spend $40. But anybody that you've ever had sex with more than once or twice or 3 or 100 times, you felt some kind of way for them enough to be wanting to put your dick back up in there. You know what I mean? So
not necessarily. It could just be good.
On Instagram, China Doll Loves You says a deep connection. I believe a lot of people have had deep connections, but not really. You called it love probably in the moment, and you probably exchanged the word. But if you really go back and look at it, it was either lust or that deep connection.
Yeah, there you go. All right, that's the best way to sum it up.
When I play back some of my scenarios, I just ask myself, well, what did you do besides have sex and go eat chicken boxes and shit back then?
Shit, that's a relationship, baby.
I came through like I think his name is like F Raw on Instagram. I was nighttime nigga. I came around at night when the kids were asleep. I gave you a chicken box. We ate some chicken and some bread and shit out the box, and we had sex. And I went home. Most of the time, I didn't stay the night. By the time the kids got up, I was gone. So,
nigga, you was a baby daddy, my nigga. That's what I'm talking about, baby.
I hate you.
So Herb says deep connection. Is that figuratively or literally?
Yo, did you really?
It's a little both. A little
both.
Jiggy Piff says, "Man, I done fucked multiple times just cause she was big. She was big nasty. That shit will make you a regular. Don't mean I'm cuffing."
True that.
Next.
True that.
Coming back for a snack.
You know what? I've encountered a lot of. Well, I've encountered some women that have always say the same thing. Yo, I don't want to do this because you're gonna be hooked and you're gonna be coming back. I said, yo, you know how many women have told me that shit? I said, do you understand that that's not
a little ignorant ass? That's number one.
That's not
she said,
do you realize that sex is not what makes me captivated? Like, yo, that's okay. All right, great. That was nice. Thank you. Good night.
Right. I had a girl tell me that and then actually got mad because I didn't react to it the way she thought I should have. Like, we're in the middle of it and she just like, she didn't talk all this shit. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You going to this.
I'm in the middle of what?
Getting it in. Sexual intercourse. And I'm looking at her to say, where's all this shit you saying you was going to do? And she looking at me like, oh, you ain't enjoying yourself? Like, smash me in my face. You ain't enjoying yourself? I said, get out.
I don't like people that do that. But let's not act like guys don't be doing that too. Like they'll gas up their whole, experience and what they about to put down and what they're gonna do, and then
Nope. My response is you'll see.
Yeah.
But that's what I feel like a man does. Like when you don't have to sit here and like prep the scene, you just make that shit happen. That's what you just need to do. You don't got to prep the scene. You don't got to warm it up and say what I'm going to do to you later. Motherfucker, just show up and just do that shit. Like, just do it.
You get in the middle of it and realize you ain't doing what you're talking about. Now you got cramp or some shit. I got cramp now.
Hey, yo, I was listening to TK Kirkland, yo, and he said, man, the older you get, women got all these different little hangouts. Put my leg down. Cut the ceiling fan up. Yo, that's how it is. Yo, the older you get, that's just how
I don't know why you keep thinking that that's an age thing with the fan. It's not an age.
That fan will do that. Fan will some things
if you
up.
put a cup of water out on the table, it will evaporate. It doesn't matter if you blowing on water. If you take a blow on water, it's not going to stay the same, Professor. It's not the way it works.
I got a lot to learn. I still got a lot to learn. I need some more subjects.
Well, you have tuned into the Cooley and the Gang.
Cooley and the Gang show. I was about to say, I'm with you, Mike. You
every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. The gang was all here tonight. We will be back next Tuesday, live and in effect on IG, on Twitter, on Twitch, on YouTube, maybe Facebook, and all of that. Any final thoughts, people? Flip a coin. Somebody take it.
Y'all have a good night. I'm first.
Just love. Just love.
I need love.
Everybody loves somebody. Big G.
Real quick. My little sister not doing too good. She had her leg cut off yesterday. She's a diabetic, and they cut her leg off. My baby sister
amputated.
They amputated her leg. They want to take both legs.
I wanted to tell you, like, so stop saying it. Amputated, yo.
I think cut the leg off sound. I like to cut the leg off. Now I don't know if y'all understand this. Back when they was gonna take her legs off, she had called me and asked me for some shoes, and I was debating that I want to buy some shoes because I'm like, well, shit, you not gonna have no feet. Why I gotta buy you shoes?
Why you laughing at that, G? I can't laugh at that, bro.
Oh, no, that was real shit. Listen, but I bought the shoes anyway, and then when they said it was gonna cut one leg off, I said, do I gotta buy both shoes, or can you just buy like a left shoe or a right shoe?
We're gonna pray for
So,
you, sister, y'all.
but I realized that you gotta buy two shoes because they sell shoes together. They sell them as a pair. But my little sister, my baby sister, Misha Priest, she got her leg amputated yesterday. She's diabetic. She doesn't take care of herself. She's 31 years old. My father's always said, you never tell anybody your business or have anybody pray for you because you never know what they're praying for. So I'm saying this because she's fucked up. I love my little sister. She's my baby. We're 10 years apart. This is my experience of being a father. I remember changing diapers. I gave her a bath. I remember putting her to bed. She was my very first baby. She was my first kid. So I just ask y'all to, keep her in your prayers. It's kind of a fucked up situation because they're gonna go back and take the other leg. My grandmother, when I was a kid, she had like gangrene. They cut her toe off, then they cut her leg off. They cut off a little bit more of a leg, and then they went up, cut off another leg, and they just, as the gangrene started to set in, they just start cutting shit, and then she's not here anymore. So we've been to the point where they've cut off a couple toes. They talked about cutting off a foot, but they end up cutting off the leg. I do not know how much they took off. I do not know the particulars as of right now. I haven't spoken with her. My mother, they don't know anything because of COVID, which is C9-19, just kind of fucked up. So I haven't been able to see her, but I'm really, really, that's my girl, that's my baby. I joke about it even now. I mean, she only got one leg, so I'm gonna call her a pirate. I'm gonna get her a little parrot or something and shit. So she can carry her parrot on a little pig leg and shit.
I'm about to cut your mic off.
Please do.
We definitely sending it up for your sister, and and I can tell because you told me you wasn't gonna come on. The fact that I saw you, I know, and we only here to try to make you feel better, my brother, and
always.
And I know she know you're an asshole.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate y'all. I mean, one year, that's recently. I kicked out the wheelchair. And I rode the wheelchair in the house. And my mother came outside about, where my daughter at? Where my baby? And she was going. I left her in the driveway. Just rolling around and shit, trying to get back up. But that's my baby, though. I love her, though. That's all. I ain't want to dampen y'all. I ain't come to dampen no shit, but I definitely want to get that out there, and I appreciate y'all.
We got
Tyshawn just came in the room. Tyshawn, he got a track called Closure that we play. We're gonna play at the end of the show. Dope artist. Who's next? Because
Who's next?
Go ahead, Professor. Because Mayberry, she gonna go blank man on me.
I think that things they don't look good as far as us coming together, as far as as people are concerned, black women, black men. But I think as a collective, I think that we're aware that we need to educate ourselves. I think that at least in the circle of people that I've encountered, we are more aware of the fact that we need to educate ourselves more, read a little bit more. Gotta put this social media shit down for a second too, man. Like for everybody that has a social media page, just take a moment whenever you feel like it and just log the fuck off, man. Don't get on for a day or two or something, man. You cannot continue to consume or be consumed by this social media shit, man. This social media stuff will have you believing all kind of craziness, man. And just read something and think for yourself for a moment. So for everybody that's on here, Cooley already knows. I'm gonna have, and I know Herb gonna have something to say, but I was gonna tell him anyway later on. The same thing.
I was gonna tell him.
Same thing for China Doll. I don't really have to tell her stuff in advance because she normally comes through whenever I tell her. But I'm gonna have something at my house about a conversation. We're gonna have a conversation party just about relationships, about where we are as people of color, as far as men and women are concerned, and how we can move forward. And I definitely have different points of view. There are going to be people here that are going to go way left, and they're going to be people who want to agree and have good dialogue. And I'm cool with that. And the reason why I did it the way that I did it is because I want everybody to see, I want us to all see where our differences are. And I think we have a huge disconnect between Black men and Black women. I think that women think they understand us, and I think that men think they understand women. I think both of us are really confused about all of this shit. And we really need to talk. We really need to hash this shit out. And hopefully, you know, we can come up with some sort of solution and not just sit here and bullshit and just talk about stuff.
Will there be refreshments? Will there be refreshments, drugs, and is there a cover charge?
No cover charge. Definitely refreshments. I got I only know him as Morsi. So I got Morsi doing some food for me. And I'm definitely gonna have some drinks here. You know, whenever I have something, I don't require people to Huh?
That Negro said drugs.
No fentanyl.
No drugs.
I'm gonna have some
I'm just joking, man. No, don't answer that shit, because we gonna go to jail.
Some edibles with cocaine on the
top. That's grown folk shit right there, Professor.
So NJ Rich wants to know about streaming. I think because some people probably want to be private with it. I don't think that is going to happen, but it hasn't been discussed. But it's the professor's.
Yeah, it depends.
Yeah,
I ain't get no fucking invite though. Wait a minute, I ain't get no invite.
Me either.
Hey, G, I called you the other day. You ain't answer the phone. Mayberry.
Wait a minute, because I didn't answer the phone. I don't get no fucking invite.
No, I just did.
All right, Troy. All right, what Troy got to say? Because now I got an attitude. Now I go in and kick a nigga in the chest because I didn't get no invite and no Blacktopia.
This is the invite. That's why I'm saying that. It's not until the 18th. It's not until the 18th.
It's the 18th, and I am coming in town, so I'll be up.
What?
Only half of us.
Yeah,
only half of us was invited.
I thought you.
I don't think it's an invite if we're doing it on a live. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, truthfully, I'm inviting the people that's on here too that want to come through. To be honest with you, I mean, I'm not one of those people that
get bundled with the community.
I'm not one of those people that is secretive about where I live. I'm not.
Dr. Will in the building. What's up, Dr. Will? All right, we are going over the time. All right, y'all. Mayberry, now it's your turn. See, you want to say something? There you go. Let them know. Let them know, Mayberry.
Gee, don't be laughing. Let me think. All right, nah. Start listening to understand and stop listening to reply. That's one thing that I feel like is an ongoing thing that people lack when it comes to communication. People are too busy playing double dutch, trying to jump in, defend, or try to solve. And it's not always a defend, and it's not always a solution. Sometimes you just need to listen. Think of how many relationships you probably could have saved by just listening, how much you could have learned by just listening. So I just encourage people, especially when somebody's coming to you and they might be going through something, you don't know if it might just be that ear that they might just need somebody to vent to and get that stuff out. A lot of people are suffering right now. So just telling everybody, just encouraging y'all just to, listen up. That's it.
All right. Pardon me. We appreciate everybody for tuning in as always. And like I say, let the obstacles before you provoke the power within. Next Tuesday we'll be back 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
My birthday's on Thursday.
Shannon's birthday is on Thursday. Shout out to my two little nieces. They grown women now. They just had a birthday. I missed it and called them the next day, and they let me have it. Shout out to Big Wayne. Him and his wife's anniversary is today. Shout out to Big Wayne.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, we gonna do
it. He said it twice.
Like you're going through something over there, LB.
About to be. Keep on fucking with me.
I'm working two things right now.
Yeah, she on some other stuff. All right, that's it. We out.
All right, y'all. Be safe.
You are tuned into the Cooley and the Gang Show.
Making
on
promises you won't
Blockworks
commit
Radio.
to. Did you love me or love potential? Issues is what it turned into. It's all said and done, so I'm done reminiscing on moments that could have been fundamental. Calling me crazy was an understatement. Yeah, that's no debating. Did what I did because for you I would have took the cases. Yeah, that's trial and error. Standard